Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live on this Wednesday evening, October 2nd, 2024, for the 1960s Soul edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to welcome you to the program. We're here from 9 p.m. till midnight every Wednesday, live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Say hello to those of you in the chat room. I'll be in the Oldies and More chat room momentarily. Been a busy week so far, and it's still going to be busy. I was running a little bit behind today, so I lost track of time. But I am here for the next 3 hours, a little bit of overtime. Got lots of your requests for tonight's show, and some other things I've sprinkled in. We opened up tonight with this group from Memphis, Tennessee. They were known as the Packers. I played I think I played not too long ago their tune Hole in the Wall from a 1965, but this one's from May of 66 on the Hanna-Barbera record label, a song called Boondocks, a tune written by Carol Crawford and Rose Thaddeus, a.k.a. Rose Montague, who I think was the wife of that magnificent Montague, who I think owned the record label that they recorded for. Pure Soul, I think, was the label originally. But anyway, there you go. From May of 1966, the Packers on HBR with a song called Boondocks. Well, Johnny G's not down in the boondocks, although the people that were in that terrible hurricane, terrible devastation down there, we pray for those people down south that experienced that. Nobody should go through that awful devastation there. But let's start it off here with the vocal portion as we go to Detroit, Michigan, and to Mike Hank's D-Town record label for this singer. Actually, the song is called Detroit, Michigan, sung by someone by the name of Donald Dunbar. That was his real name, but he recorded as Ronnie Love. It's his fourth release, fourth of four on the D-Town record label, a tune written by Clara Bell, Bonnie Mac Rice, and Tony Clark. This is also produced by the label owner Mike Hanks. Let's go to March of 1965. This is Ronnie Love on D-Town Records. The song is called Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan, talking about girls, girls, girls. We got 'em. Detroit, Michigan, talking about fine, fine girls. We got 'em. Detroit, Michigan. Wearing tight skirts above their knees. The kind of girls that know how to lead. The kind of girls that look so good. The kind that ought to be
was mentioning all those acts up in the Detroit area. I wish I'd never been to Hitsville, USA. Would love to go to see that Motown studio, the original Motown studio, and plus mentioned all those acts out of the Motown Motown empire there. But that's Ronnie Love from March 1965. I think this record came out twice too, by the way. I think it did, because the flip side of this is a great kind of a doo-wop tune called Judy. But this is called Detroit, Michigan, March 1965 on the D-Town record label. That is Ronnie Love. Play a lot of records out of Detroit, Michigan, but let's go to New York City, this time to Jack Taylor's Taster record label for this group called the Master Four. They also recorded as the Jet Set on the sister label, which was Rojack Records, and they backed up other artists on Rojack too, like Big May Bell. But this was this is their release as the Masters 4, their first of 3 on the Taster label. It features Tommy Lockhart on lead. We go to March of 1967. Here are the Master 4 on the Taster label. It's called Love from the Far East. Johnny G already being caught. I try not to get caught, but you see, I'm multitasking here. Listen, I'm experienced to be a multitasker. I used to be a controller of a bunch of companies there, and when you have to do that, you got to be able to multitask. That one there, cool tune by the Master 4. That's Tommy Lockhart on lead. That's their first of 3 on the Taster label from March 67. Love from the Far East. That's the true first press of that. It's got to be a styrene with that kind of like I don't know, that kind of like rainbow color label there, that yellow, and then it goes to pink or whatever. But they also backed up Jimi Hendrix on his song Freedom as the Ghetto Fighters. Johnny G is your disc jockey right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. If you're new to the program, those of you new to the program just finding out about the Vinyl Treasure Show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click the like button if you dig what Johnny G is doing. This is the first show of the week Of the three I'll be doing this week, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 p.m., 2 to 4:30 or so, maybe a little later, to play some 78s out of my collection. Then I'm back on Saturday night right here on Oldies and More Radio, and also live on YouTube for the 1950s and early 60s 45's. I play them by year chronologically, so if you like that type of music, tune into that Saturday night show. It's our 60s soul get-together tonight, and let's go to a Shrine 45. Those Shrine records are very expensive. I know of two I have. This is one. I might have three. I keep on forgetting if I ever got one of those, that Epsilon's one, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so the Shrine label is really the shrine of the Northern Soul collector fans. There's lots of great records on that label. It was unfortunate, though, that the record company burnt down and they lost everything. So those records are the only availability. You can get a CD, I guess, but those are off of record. And they were styrene records, too, by the way. So, no vinyl in sight, but that's how it is, folks. But this is on the Shrine label. There were 20 releases on this Eddie Singleton label, operated out of Washington, D.C., but this group had 2 releases on the label. And this was a 45 that Greg sold me a long time ago. He ended up picking up a nice copy. His had some kind of like label damage. I showed you that really quick. But the members of this group were A.B. Jones, Joe Clyburn, Albert Nix, Billy Blanchard, and Julius Hayes. They were collectively known as the Cautions. This is their first release on the Shrine label. Let's go to June of 1965. Give a listen to the Cautions on Shrine. It's called Watch Your Step.
Watch your step, girl. I'm gonna make you mine. Ooh-wee. You can bet all your life you're gonna like it fine. Yeah. But I think it's time. I want to get hold on you. Night after night, I sit alone. Watch your step, look out now, I'm gonna make you mine. Yeah, girl, you can bet all your life you're gonna like it fine. Yeah, you won't find it hard to pay. Oh no, won't you just try out for baby? Think how wonderful, baby.
As a June 65 release there, they're called the Cautions. The Cautions on the Shrine record label. Watch Your Step is the name of the tune. That's their first of two. It was so unfortunate in 1968, the Shrine Warehouse burnt down, and as a result of the riots that were taking place in D.C. at the time, and it looks like my copy was had some water damage from the fire when they were putting out the fire there. But anyway, it still plays, so I'll take it. I am your disc jockey for a Wednesday evening. Let us continue here, and let's go to Philadelphia. This trio from Philadelphia, discovered by Jerry Ross. They were George Garner, Joe Livingston, and the lead singer, female lead. Her name was Carol Jackson. First recording for the Swan record label. They had 4 releases on Swan Records. You may know their biggest hit, a song called Who Do You Love? Okay, but let's give a listen to their 3rd release on the Swan label. And this actually, for you collectors out there, came with 2 different flip sides. We'll talk about that after I play it. The tune is written by Kenny Gamble and Jerry Ross. It's arranged by Joe Renzetti. It features Carol Jackson on lead. This charted number 38 on WAVZ in New Haven, Connecticut. If you were listening, let's go to March of 64 for the sound of the Sapphires. It's called I've Got Mine, Better Get Yours. March 64 release there for the Sapphires. The Sapphires on the Swan record label. That's Carol Jackson on lead. Song entitled I've Got Mine, Better Get Yours. Yeah, I have my exercise bike. Haven't used it yet. You know, my knees were killing me. But, you know, 30 pounds off your knees is really, it really makes a difference. It does, because my legs are not bothering me that much. And, of course, the other thing I was worried about was the poor circulation because of the swelling of the ankles, but that's gotten better, too. So all the way around, everything. And believe me, I've done it before. I've lost, I think, as much as 110 pounds at one time when I first met Barbara in 2010. But, it slowly creeps up on you when you kind of lose control. Sometimes you get really upset and you go to comfort yourself by eating, food and whatnot. That's usually what happens. But I'm doing good and I'm feeling a lot better. So thank you, Darren, for that. But let's do a twin spin on the Sapphires. Actually, this is a request for listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. After they would leave Swan Records, they would sign with ABC Paramount Records. They had 6 releases on the ABC label. This was their second release that Edmund requested. And this a tune written by Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart and Wes Farrell, and again produced by Jerry Ross and arranged by Jimmy the Whiz Wisner. This charted nationally but only made it up to number 108 on the Bubbling Under Billboard chart, but it was big number 16 record on WJHO in Opelika, Alabama. Let's go to September 1964. Here's a twin spin with the Sapphires on ABC Paramount. It's for Edmund Williams. It's called Thank You for Loving Me.
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. I was as lonely as I could be. Then you came and gave your love to me. I've been so happy ever since then. Last time I cried, I can't remember when. Thank you for loving me. 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 You're the kind of boy a girl dreams of. I can't believe you picked me to love. Now if I should act a little conceited, it's just because you make me feel so needed. Thank you for loving me. 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 There's so many little things you do. I think I'll write a book all about you. I'm gonna knock on wood to think I found a guy who treats me so good. Thank you for loving me. 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 Thank you for loving me.
That's the second of 6 for the Sapphires on the ABC Paramount record label by request for Edmund Williams in our YouTube chat room. Thank you for loving me. And we're going to flip it over because so we got a triple play with the Sapphires. And I agree with Darren, Record Hound. He says that it sounds like they're sounding like the Dixie Cups, who were, by the way, who were also on the ABC Paramount label after they left Redbird Records. But let's flip this 45 over, give a listen to the B side of the 45, requested by Edmund. I could take your instant requests on the 60s show. That's a cool thing. So if you know of a cool flip side that you really like, you can let me know in the chat room. That'll work. But let's flip the 45 over here. Thank You for Loving Me. This flip side here, again, written by Kenny Gamble, Joe Renzetti, and Jerry Ross, who also produced it. This is September 64. The Sapphires with a B-side. It's called Our Love Is Everywhere.
My darling, love is in the air. When I'm with you, it's everywhere. As we go strolling by the sea, I'm so proud you belong to me. Each evening when you walk me home, we kiss goodnight and then you go. I love the tender words we share. My heart's so rich, I'm a millionaire. So let's make a promise and seal it with a kiss to love each other always like this. My darling, love is in the air. I treasure moments you are near. No one's ever kissed me like you do. I'm so proud I belong to you. No one's ever kissed me like you do. I'm so proud that I belong to you. My darling, love is everywhere.
That's a triple play of the Sapphires from Philadelphia there. That's the flip side of Thank You for Loving Me. Sort of sounding like a little bit like Who Do You Love, like the records they cut for Swan Records. That one there, September 64. And that's Carol Jackson on lead, the Sapphires with Our Love Is Everywhere. Johnny G is everywhere on a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. We'll be here till a little bit after midnight with some Vinyl Treasure overtime. Let's continue here for this next singer, songwriter, and producer from Memphis, Tennessee. First recording back in 1961 for the Eagle label, and this was his follow-up to that release on Ray Harris and Joe Kogi's High label, which was also out of Memphis, Tennessee. His real name is David Porter, but he recorded as Kenny Kane, Kennycain, Kenny Kane. And he was the one who wrote Sam and Dave's hit "Hold On, I'm Coming" and also Soul Man. But he also co-wrote this tune. This is from November of 1962. Let's give a listen to Kenny Kane, a.k.a. David Porter, on the High record label. And this is what lots of people tell me, and it's the truth. Practice makes perfect.
alone. She said, practice makes perfect. Yeah, mama told me this. She said if I practice, success I'll never miss. But tell me, how do you practice never to cry and to keep your baby from saying goodbye? Now you can practice everything you might think of, but you can't practice keeping on your baby's love. Too much practice is not a bad route. But if you practice for nothing, the practice can make you a fool. Yeah, but you can't practice when the room is bare and your baby, your little girl ain't there. Let me tell y'all, you can practice everything you might think of, but you can't practice keeping on your baby's love. Too much practice, it's not a bad route. But if you practice for nothing, practice may make you a fool. Yeah, but you can't practice never to cry and to keep your baby from saying goodbye.
Oh, that was a cold ending there. There you go. Kenny Kane from November 1962, not Candy Cane, Kenny Kane. On the High record label, practice makes perfect. I say that. You know, the one thing I couldn't do is parallel park very well. No matter how I can pull into a parking space, but I hated parallel parking. I would always hit the curb. Now, Barbara was a good parallel parker, and she was good because she could park the Cadillac DTS. I'd have to get out of the car. She says, let me park this car, and she would park it. But anyway, I digress. You know, as we start getting into October now, we get closer to Halloween. October is really the Halloween month, especially in Westchester County with the Legend of Sleepy Hollow and everything else. That's where I live, and it's like a big Halloween town now. So I figured if I find some records or have some records that I think of relating to Halloween, I'll feature them here on the program, especially if they're cool sounding like this next one. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with that, I think it was ABC, I think it was on ABC TV, a show called The Addams Family. It aired, I think, in September of 64 through April of 1966. And you remember that creepy butler on The Addams Family? He was known as Lurch, who his real name, though, was Ted Cassidy. And with the help of Gary Paxton, who wrote and produced this song, he released a single with a girl group backing them up. I think they may be the Blossoms. I'm not sure if they are, but they might be. And this one came out in October of 1965. We'll send it out to Record Hound. He said he likes this tune, so we'll send it out to him. This charted number 11 on WSPT in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, October 65 on the Capitol label. This is Ted Cassidy as Lurch, with the song called The Lurch.
Hi, Lurch! Hey, Lurch! We just heard the news around town. And we're here to see what you're putting down.
brand new bag. Don't just stand there, lurch. Good. Now you've got it.
Hey, Lurch, thanks a lot for turning us on
You're welcome.
to a dance that we can do to any song.
Anytime.
Now everybody come on and do it. It's easy and you really like to do it. Hey, Lurch, we're really glad we learned to Lurch.
To know it is to love it.
We're really glad we learned to Lurch. You know Lurch.
Satisfaction.
We're
Do
really
the
glad we learned to
lurch.
Lurch. You know Lurch.
Yeah, that's our Halloween. That's our Halloween tune for the night here, and I like that record. I did. Greg sold me that a long, long time ago. I think I have 2 copies of this record, but no picture sleeve. Joe, no picture sleeve on that. I wish I did. Brian Korn just sold a copy of this picture sleeve. He's selling his records, selling all these Halloween records on eBay. He is. I think it's one of the auctions. One of the auctions is ending tonight. I think he has them on Wednesday. It's tough. Not that I buy the Halloween records, but sometimes the flip sides are cool, so I may throw in a bit or two. But there you go, Ted Cassidy as the Lurch. There you go, doing the Lurch, and that was October 1965. I also think he sang that on The Addams Family. They did promote it on that show, and it was unfortunate that he died at a very young age during heart surgery. I forget what year it was, but he was only 46 years old, but he was a big guy. Yes, he was. Johnny G is your disc jockey here for a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click that bell, though, if you do, to get notifications when I go live. And give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing here. As we continue here, we fill a request for listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat, and we go back to Philadelphia for this group. Started recording back in 1954 for the Rainbow record label. You may know their signature song, though, from 1957, a song called Long Lonely Nights, but they had so many great releases during their career on different labels like Gotham and Mainline and Chess and Casino and United Artists, plus others. And you know I'm talking about Lee Andrews and the Hearts. But he would also go solo in 1959, but he put together a new Hearts group, and they had 4 releases on Jerry Green's Crimson record label. Now, Frank requested their 3rd release, and this charted number 49 on WFIL out of Philadelphia. Let's go to June of 1967 for Lee Andrews and the Hearts. This is on the Crimson label by request for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. It's called Nevertheless.
Darling, after we had made our plans, you put me down for some other man. In front of all my friends, you called me a clown and said, now this is the end. But nevertheless, I'm loving you, baby.
Yeah, sounded like a Motown record, doesn't it? But there you go. That is a cool up-tempo tune there by the Lee Andrews and the Hearts there from June 1967. It's on the Crimson record label. It's called Nevertheless. And there you go, Lee Andrews and the Hearts, and that is a cool soul tune, as requested by listener Frank Shingaro in our YouTube chat room. Of course, Frank is one of the co-hosts, along with Gordon Skagberg, of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade that airs on Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 to 5 p.m. on Radio Hofstra, WRHU FM 88.7, and also on the net at WRHU.org. You can tune in if you like vocal group harmony at its best with original vinyl. Tune into that program, the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank and Gordon, on Sunday afternoons, 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 5. Johnny G is your disc jockey from 9 to midnight on a Wednesday evening. Those of you tuned in on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio, thank you for being here. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as we continue here. And let's stay in Philadelphia. Actually, this group is originally from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's not in Philadelphia, in the state of Pennsylvania, I'll say. And this is a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room, as this 7-man blue-eyed soul group, they are from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They were a combination of two groups, the Endells that recorded on the Hi-Ho label, and the Del Chords, which I'll be playing later on in the program. They recorded on Impala and also on Mr. Genius, the Mr. Genius label, and they were known as the Magnificent Men. They had 9 releases on the Capitol record label. This is their debut single, co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name is David Bupp, and produced by Marvin Holtzman, arranged by Horace Ott. Let's go to February of 1968 by request for David Silberg, the Magnificent Men, with their tune called Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind. Not mind, Charlie, mind.
Suffer from, I've suffered from. Yes, I did. Although things that are rough will come, I've got tougher from. Yes, I did. I know it's just a matter of time. I'm gonna find peace of mind. All the things
Last February 68 release there for the Magnificent Men. That's by request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. That's Peace of Mind is the name of the tune. Their first release on the Capitol label. That's David Bupp on lead. We're going to flip it over with an instant request now for listener Mark Speck in our YouTube chat room. As I flip this 45 over. Okay. And listen, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with the young people that come into this program hearing this music for the first time. They said their parents or their grandparents played this music. So, and that's the purpose of this show, to keep the music alive and educate those of you that were not around. I wasn't around. Well, I can't say that because I was 10 years old. I was, almost 10 years old when this record came out. And I do remember records from 1968, hearing them on the radio. That's because my Aunt Mary, she was very instrumental with shaping my musical taste in this music and also in the 50s music. So that's why I love this music. I have a passion for it, always have. And that's why I feature the records here out of my collection on the 3 shows that I do here live on YouTube. So let's do an instant request for listener Mark Speck. We flip over the Magnificent Men from February 68, Peace of Mind. You get this cool tune on the flip side. It's called All Your Lovin's Gone to My Head. This is from Mark Speck. Instant requests here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to Mark Speck in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Magnificent Men. You heard the A and B side of their first release on the Capitol record label from February 68. The flip side of peace of mind. All your lovin's gone to my head is the name of the tune. Record collecting has gone to Johnny G's head. It always has. It's an addiction as we continue here and fill a request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. This singer, originally from Nashville, Tennessee, was a member of the 1950s vocal group The Chargers. They recorded for the RCA record label. He was also a member of a group called The Dinosaurs, recorded on the Rendezvous label. He would then embark on a solo career in 1960, recording for a number of different labels like Good Sound and Ray Star and Samar and Mercury. And this label, which is H.B. Barnum's Little Star record label, which is out of Hollywood, California. This was his first of four, a tune written and produced by H.B. Barnum, and this charted nationally. This was number 47 on Billboard, 21 on the R&B chart, and a big number 3 record if you were listening on KTKT in Tucson, Arizona, or WCOL in Columbus, Ohio. We go to April of 62. Let's give a listen to Jimmy Norman. Jimmy Norman on Little Star Records. It's a long title. It's called I Don't Love You No More, parentheses, I Don't Care About You. This is for Warren Russell.
Hello, girl.
Who's this?
This is me. And I just want to let you know I don't love you no more. You and I are through. I don't love you no more. I'm gonna find someone new. No, I don't wanna be worried about Johnny and Jack. Don't wanna be bothered about keeping track of all the things you do. 'Cause I don't care about you. No, I don't love you no more. Then got you off my mind. Throw your picture up, 'cause I'm tired of you lying. Oh, I'm gonna start going out, playing in the town. When they ask about you, gonna say I put you down. 'Cause I'm through, oh, and I don't care about you. Didn't satisfy you. I cried and I pleaded and I begged you, baby, but still you went out and found somebody new. Now your new love's grown old and your luck is down, and you'll be looking for me, woman, and I won't be found. 'Cause I'm through, oh, and I don't care about you. No, I don't love you no more, baby. No, now I don't care about you. About it, baby. No, I don't care about you. You did me wrong now, baby. I don't care about you.
Hold on one second, folks. I just gotta, I forgot, Charlene forgot the name of the group here. I gotta just get the label here, and I will get it. Marsh Records. There you go. They're called she forgot that. Okay, sorry about that, folks. There you go. By request for listener Warren Russell, that's the sound of Jimmy Norman. Jimmy Norman on the Little Star record label from April 62. It's called I Don't Love You No More, parentheses, I don't care about you. It's not good to say that on the phone, you know. It was funny for my niece. She had her boyfriend. They just came back from, and she's only in high school. I think I don't know if she's just. Listen, I don't know what they do today. They got boyfriends and girlfriends at 15 years old. So how do you break up with somebody with a text? She was really upset about it, but it's a lesson for her that she learned. That's what my brother Bobby told me. Anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this group. First recording for Marshall Lieb's Marsh label as the Ribbons. Charlene neglected to put the name of the group. They were known as the Ribbons initially. They were Evelyn Dottie, Artheta Gibson, and Vessel Simmons. Lovey, I guess. I don't know. Remember their tune? It was called Ain't Gonna Kiss Ya, and that's what they were best known for. But they also recorded for the Gramo label in 1964, and this was their final release on the A&M record label. They were known as the Sequins. And this is on Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss's A&M Records out of Los Angeles, California. This tune arranged by Herb Alpert. And Marshall Lieb, you know who he was. I think he was the other male member of the Teddy Bears. I think that's who that was, if I'm not mistaken. But this group also did a lot of background sessions for Phil Spector and Sonny Bono. Let's go to February of 65. Let's give a listen to the Sequins, a.k.a. the Ribbons. This is on A&M Records. It's Styrene, and Amy knows that Johnny G hates Styrene 45's. The song is called I'll Be Satisfied, the Sequins.
I'll be satisfied.
you go. Those are the sequins. What does that background sounds like? It sounds like kind of like the Phil Spector background there, I'd have to say. That's February 65, the sequins on A&M. I'll Be Satisfied is the name of the tune. Now, Reed brings up a point about Brenda Holloway. The only thing is, the reason why I made the connection that it was the ribbons was because of the Marshall Lieb connection. That's what made me decide, because sometimes I had to, because Charlene was like, Johnny, this is confusing here. And so I don't know what to put. So I made the decision and say I thought that they were the ribbons. It just seemed more that way. Although I think Holloway, she gets writer credit on this. So that's what makes everything so confusing. You know, maybe she was somehow, and if you figure, was she on Motown Records by February 65? But this could have been recorded earlier, it's possible. Again, but this was on the A&M record label, the sequence with I'll Be Satisfied. You know, it's unless we can interview these people, and if they remember, that's the whole thing. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here, and let's fill a request for listener Bill Old for this male-female duet up next, as both of these singers were signed to the Brunswick record label at the time, and he was previously a member of the Duquesnes in 1961, then went solo on VJ Records in 62. You know his major hit on VJ called Duke of Earl. Now, after VJ, with releases following on Constellation and Checker, he signed with Brunswick Records in early 1967. Now, the gal, she signed with Brunswick in February of 67, and you may know her biggest hit from May of 68 called Love Makes a Woman. Together, they would have 3 releases on the Brunswick label, and Bill Old requested their second release, this tune written by Eugene Dixon and Max Kidd, and produced by Carl Davis. Now, this song, what is the song that's running through my head? You listeners going to have to help me out. Let's listen to it first. Fill the request for Bill Old from September 68. Gene Chandler and Barbara Acklin on Brunswick Records. It's called Anywhere But Nowhere. This is for Bill.
Anywhere but nowhere. Anywhere but nowhere. And still be nowhere. Anywhere but nowhere. I could be across the sea and still be nowhere. 'Cause the shadows of your love, the shadows of my love, it's like the moon above. It
B-side, well, is that a B-side? Yes, that is a B-side. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the All 60s edition. That one there going out to Bill Obe, September 1968 release, Gene Chandler and Barbara Acklin. That's their second of three on the Brunswick label. Anywhere But Nowhere is the name of the tune. And Bill Obe will be my in-studio guest on October 17th, 2024. That's a Thursday afternoon, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 till 5, for his third gospel special. 45's and LPs he'll be bringing, and some mid-60s soul gospel sounds too, so you want to tune into that. If you're into the gospel sound, please tune into that program. October 17th, 2024, Bill Obe, my in-studio guest with his third gospel special. It is up on my YouTube wall, so you can click that. There's a button there. It'll send you notification when we go live to your email, but you have to be signed into YouTube. That's the only way you can do that. But let's do an instant request for Mark Knowles in our YouTube chat room. Let's flip over this Barbara Acklin and Gene Chandler tune and give a listen to the A-side here. There you go, an instant request from Mark Knowles in our YouTube chat room. This is the flip side of Anywhere But Nowhere, and this side charted number 57 on Billboard. This is from September 68. It's called From the Teacher to the Preacher. This is for Mark.
Straight to the preacher, together we join hearts, together we join hearts. Whenever we made a date, sweetheart, I just couldn't wait. Oh, the happy misery, and you were gonna be with me, and we went from the teacher straight to the preacher. We went from the teacher straight to the preacher. Together we joined hearts. Together we joined Each day I write you a note. Those were the happy days, and I love you the same old way. 'Cause we went from the teacher straight to the preacher. We went from the teacher straight to the preacher. Together we joined hearts. Together we joined hearts. We went from the teacher straight to the preacher. Straight to the preacher. Together we join hearts. Together we join hearts.
That's a groovy combination. You get it? There you go. That's Gene Chandler and Barbara Acklin by request, instant request, for listener Mark Knowles in our YouTube chat room, September 68. From the Teacher to the Preacher, their second release on the second of three on Brunswick for that duet, and the flip side of Anywhere But Nowhere, requested by Bill Obe. Let's continue here for this next singer, which I have no information on. Bought this record from Kenny Thompson, who just passed away recently, a record dealer from South Jersey, and I was running labels. Well, I don't run labels anymore, but I used to. And his name is Bobby Bishop. Bobby Bishop. This is on the Mala label. Again, it's styrene. I hate styrene. I do, especially painted on labels. But the tune written by Jimmy Stewart Jr. This is arranged by Buddy Smith. And I don't know anything else about this singer, but it's from October 1960. Bobby Bishop and Girls, I think, on this, on the Mala label. It's called That's Where I Belong.
That's where I belong. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
No matter where you may go, even in the rain, the sleet and snow, take me with you. Yeah, yeah, take me with you. Because that's where I belong. Your ruby lips are so sweet. Yes, you kind of love just can't be beat. Keep me with you. Oh, oh, keep me with you. Because that's where I belong. Baby, if you ever leave my side, my heart will break right down and cry. Let me hear you say you're mine, oh mine, and you'll be with me till the end of time. Oh honey, I feel so good. Think I'm gonna go and knock on wood. With you I'm found, I'm heaven bound, and that's where I belong. Oh baby, if you ever leave my side, my heart will break right down and cry. Let me hear you say you're mine, oh mine, and you'll be with me till the end of time. Oh honey, I feel so good. Think I'm gonna go and knock on wood. With you I'm found, I'm heaven bound, and that's where I belong.
That's where I
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's where I belong.
Come on now, baby. Oh, 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 oh.
Where I
Yes, I belong there now.
belong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I belong.
Yeah, it's trying to sound like Jackie Wilson. I'll say that. Bobby Bishop's his name, October 1960 release on the Mala label. That's Where I Belong is the name of the tune. You belong right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show with your host, Johnny G. Hope you're digging on the tunes, those of you tuned into the program. And thank you for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Also, we're live on Oldies and More Radio. And also, I was listening again on Sunday morning early, as I am also on KKSM 1320 AM out of Palomar College Radio out in San Marcos, California. And it airs out there in California from 6 to 9 Pacific time. That's in the AM. And that's here on the East Coast from 9 to 12. And they had, I forget what show it was. It was from a few weeks ago, and it was cool. And it sounded great, I have to say. Not that I get to listen to my show back, but again, many of you are used to the visual. But and I want to thank Zeb for that, allowing me to play my show on his radio station there. But anyway, let us continue here, and let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. This singer-songwriter was the younger brother of Sam Cooke. He was known as L.C. Cooke, and he had a number of solo releases before he recorded for his brother's SAR record label. Recorded for Checker Records first, I think, initially, and other records too. I think like Destination, I think, was another label up in Chicago. But this one's on Sam Cooke's SAR label. This was his fifth of 5 for the SAR label, arranged by Renee Hall. This charted number 25 on WRAP in Norfolk, Virginia. Let's go to January 64 by request for Edmund. For LC is on the label. It's really LC Cook on SAR Records. It's called Put Me Down Easy for Edmund.
I don't know why it should be, but lately I can plainly see you're cool to me. Do what you wanna do, but darling, all I ask of you, put me down easy. Put me down easy, baby. Yeah. Don't make it rougher and don't make me suffer. Put me down easy. Now, if you found somebody new, there is nothing I can do but ask you to try and do me just the same as pilots do big aeroplanes. Put me down easy. Put me down easy, baby. Yeah, baby. Don't make it rougher and don't make me suffer. Just put me down easy. Yeah, put me down easy. Put me down easy, baby. Hey, don't make it rougher, darling. Don't make me suffer. Just put me down easy. Wait another week or two before you tell me we are through. But when you do, treat me as chill as you would $1,000,000 glass. Put me down easy. Put me down easy, baby. Yeah. Don't you make it rougher, don't make me suffer. Just put me down easy.
There you go, by request for Edmund Williams, the sound of LC Cook. LC Cook, his 5th release on the SAR label from January 1964. Put Me Down Easy is the name of the tune. Now, Edmund also requested the flip side of the 45, so let's give it a spin here. This side written by Sam Cooke. Let's go flip over Put Me Down Easy from January 64 on the SAR label by LC Cook. This is the B-side. It's called Take Me for What I Am. This is for Edmund.
Don't try to make me into what I ain't. When you met me, baby, I was no saint. How can a type be a lamb? Take me, baby, for what I am. A girl was served for just the right man. And once she finds him, oh, look out, because right away she'll try to change him. That's when you will hear him shout, girl, don't try to make me into what I ain't. When you met me, baby, I was no saint. How can a type be a lamb? Take me, baby,
was no saint. How in the world can I tag her, honey? Be a lamb. You gotta take me, baby, just for what I am. You used to smile when you caught me watching other girls on the avenue. But now that you got your hooks into me, you only want me just to look at you. Girl, don't try to make me
Don't make me
into what I ain't.
it's what I ain't.
When you met me, baby,
When you met me,
I was no saint.
I was no saint.
How in the world can I tag her?
How can I
Be a lamb.
be a lamb?
Take me, baby,
Take me, baby,
what I am.
what I am.
There you go. There's an A and B side to L.C. Cook's fifth release on the SAR record label. That one by request for Edmund Williams. Take Me for What I Am is the name of that side. It's the flip side of Put Me Down Easy, a great two-sided 45 by L.C. Cook. Johnny G spinning my 60s soul 45s. Let's continue here. Found this old request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. He requested Little Esther Phillips. I had this record checked off. I couldn't find it. I was like, where did I file my Little Esters? Because sometimes they're in the L boxes and other times they're in the P boxes. So I had this box at the bottom of my closet and it was a P box. I said, are there Little Esters in here? So I look and there you go. There's like 5 on this Lennox label, but I found it finally. I'm going to play it for Adrian in our YouTube chat room because she had the 6 releases on Leland Rogers' Lennox label out of New York City. This was her 4th, a tune written and produced by Murray and Herb Bernstein, who Herb also arranged it. Let's go to June of 63. By request, an old request, for Adrian Viterbo, for Little Esther Phillips. It's called While It Lasted. This is for Adrian.
While it lasted, it was a beautiful thing. Spring was mine while it lasted. Never was a day the sun didn't shine. But now you're gone into the arms of someone new. And I wonder just how long I'm gonna last without you. Comes tomorrow,
That's a cool record there by Little Esther Phillips, by request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. June 63 release on Lennox Records. While It Lasted is the name of the tune. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We're going to play a hit here, and I checked this out before. I said it can't. If there is a bandstand video of this song on there, then it should be safe to play this record, I will say. But let's go to Detroit, Michigan. Let's fill a request for listener Andy Cheaty. If I said that right, Andy. If I did not say it right, please forgive me. But Andy Cheaty sent Johnny G an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Requested this group out of Detroit. First recording back in 1963 for the Keiko label. I have that record in my collection. But then they signed with Ed Wingate's Golden World Records. They had 9 releases on the Golden World label. This was their first, and this would become the group's biggest hit, a tune written by Bob Hamilton, not Bobby Hamilton that recorded for App Records, a totally different Bobby Hamilton, Freddie Gorman. It features Tony McCallie on lead. This charted number 6 on Billboard, 3 on Cashbox, and a big number 1 record if you were listening to KKNR in Detroit, Michigan. Let's go to March of 1964 by request for Andy Cheaty. The Reflections on Golden World, their hit. It's called Just Like, that's in parentheses, Romeo and Juliet, for Andy.
Finding a job tomorrow morning. Got a little something I wanna do. Gonna buy something I could ride in. I take my girl, looking at the drive-in. Our love's gonna be written down in history, just like Romeo and Juliet. I'm gonna buy her pretty presents, just like the ones in a catalog. Gonna show how much I love her. I'll let her know one way or the other. Our love's gonna be written down in history, just like Romeo and Juliet. 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 Talk about love and romance. Just wait till I get myself straight. I'm gonna put Romeo's fame right smack dab on a date. Oh, right now I'm speculating. Wonder what tomorrow's gonna really bring. If I don't find work tomorrow, it's gonna be heartaches and sorrow. Our love's gonna be destroyed by the tragedy, just like Romeo and Juliet. 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 Just like Romeo and Juliet.
It's here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for Andy Cheaty. That's March 64 release for The Reflections. Tony McCallie on lead, Just Like Romeo and Juliet is the name of the tune. That's their first of 9 on the Golden World record label. A big hit for them. They would have one more release, I think, after Golden World on ABC Paramount. And I have a nice vinyl copy of that. Wasn't going to look for it. This one was okay, but you know my feelings towards Styrene, especially like with this next record, because I don't like Styrene records. And the other one plays not as good as that one, but this next singer, he was the lead singer of the Jive 5, first recording for Belltone Records, had 7 releases on the Belltone label, and his name was Eugene Pitts. Now, after their final single for Belltone, what happened here? Okay, it says here, after their fourth single on Belltone, which was called What Time Is It, Eugene Pitt put out a solo 45 on Belltone 2027. Every Day is Like a Year in 62. I guess Charlene's meaning it's his solo effort. And then he would have one more solo effort on Veep Records, issued in May of 1966. I think that's what she was trying to say. This one produced by Otis Pollard, arranged by Tico Wilshire. And you know, if I see that on the label, I'm gonna buy it anyway because it's Eugene Pitt. But it's styrene and it has crackle, and I don't like that, but we're going to give it a spin here. Let me know what you think of this tune. May 66, Eugene Pitt, previously the lead singer of the Jive 5, and maybe they're backing him up on this and they just didn't get credited because they were on United Artists. This is on Veep, though, the subsidiary. It's called Why, Eugene Pitt.
I want you, I just wanna let you know that I need you, always want you here by my side. You can be my love and my guide. I just wanna let you know that I want you, I just wanna let you know that I need you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and only you. Why don't you love me anymore? Oh, why aren't your kisses like before? Oh, why don't you want me anymore? Why don't the stars shine bright for me? Why am I in such misery? Is this the way it has to be? I just wanna let you know that I want you. I just wanna let you know that I need you. Always want you here by my side. You can be my love and my guide. I just wanna let you know that I want you. I just wanna let you know that I need you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and only you. Why don't you love me, baby? Why don't you need me?
May 66 release there for Eugene Pitt, but they're Jive 5. They're backing them up on that. That's the Jive 5 backing them up. Veep Records, that's a subsidiary of United Artists Records. It's called Why does Johnny G play his 45s? That's because nothing's better than vinyl, even if it is styrene vinyl. But let's continue here. And last week I featured this gal's first release on the RCA record label. First came out on Giant Records, And if you're looking at a record box and you see Pied Piper Productions, you want to buy the 45 because it's always a good song, because that Pied Piper production team included JoJo Armstead, and she owned the Giant record label. This gal, by the name of, her real name was Ernestine Lewis, but she recorded as Lorraine Chandler. I featured her first single last week. What was it called? Oh yeah, What Can I Do? But this is her follow-up to that, and I'm going to play both sides of this record because I like both sides of this. And Mark, you might know this record because I think it's a northern tune, if I'm not mistaken. October 1966. Let's give a listen to Lorraine Chandler. This is her second of three on the RCA record label. A tune written by Terry Ashford, arranged by Herbie Williams. Lorraine Chandler with her tune called She Don't Want You. This is the plug side.
Can't you see that her love has grown cold for you? Can't you see that her love has no hold on you? She walk round that door. She don't want you. She don't want you. She don't want you. It's no use denying. Stop your crying. Now she's through with you. She gave her love and her heart, then her dreams fell through. Then won't be walk round that door. Try to tell you, try to tell you.
That's October 66 release there for Lorraine Chandler. That is the plug side that the radio stations, they said to the DJs, you got to play that side. Her second of three on RCA Records, She Don't Want You is the name of the tune. I had the flip side scheduled to play anyway because it's a great two-sided 45. We're going to send it out to Mark Knowles in our YouTube chat room. We're going to flip it over here, Cool B-side, which did chart regionally. This was number 32 on WJMO out of Cleveland, Ohio. Back flip side here from October 66, I'm sorry. October 66, Lorraine Chandler. We just heard She Don't Want You. This is the B-side going out to Mark Knowles. It's called I Can't Hold On. This is on RCA.
Before I go away,
I mean, you dance to these tunes, you're gonna lose weight. I should be dancing to the records while I'm playing them here. I can't show you. Well, although I used to like to dance, I have to tell you that I did. But anyway, there you go. That is the B-side to Lorraine Chandler's second release for the RCA record label. That is an instant request there for Mark Knowles in our YouTube chat room. That's I Can't Hold On from October 66. You heard the A-side called She Don't Want You is the name of the tune. Johnny G does want you on a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. And if you like what you're hearing, please give me a thumbs up. Those of you on YouTube. Well, let's fill a request now for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. Now, this is Mr. Jerry Butler, the Iceman, although I saw reports on Facebook that he is not doing well, unfortunately, so we have to pray for Jerry Butler. And, of course, he was the lead singer of the Impressions dating back to 1958. He went solo in 1959 for the VJ subsidiary, Falcon or Abner Records? I think it might have been Abner at the time. And he would move over to the parent company, VJ Records, in August of 1960. And his first release on the VJ label was a cool tune, He Will Break Your Heart, was a 45 that my aunt purchased back in 1960. But he would have 27 releases in all on the VJ label through 1966. Now, David requested his 15th. This tune written by Curtis Mayfield, arranged by Riley Hampton. This charted number 31 on the Billboard chart and number 2 on the R&B chart, and it was number 1 on WOOK in Washington, D.C. Let's go to October 63 for the sound of Jerry Butler on the VJ record label, going out to David Silberg. It's called Need to Belong, Jerry Butler.
Need to belong to someone. Need to belong to someone.
I need to belong to someone. It hurts to be known as no one will ever some sweet girl bring love into my world, 'cause I need to belong to someone. I wanna be kissed and held tight, want to be missed on a cold, lonely night. Somebody hear my plea and call out to me, 'cause I need to belong to someone. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. No one cares for me. I've never known sympathy. I hide my needs from the world with a smile. But understand, I'm only a man, and a man,
Need to belong,
yes he does,
to someone.
A man hates to be known as no one will ever some sweet girl bring love into my world, 'cause I need to belong to someone. From the world with a smile, but understand, I'm only a man, and a man needs to belong to someone. A man hates to be known as no one. Oh, send me a girl to bring love into my world, 'cause I need to belong to someone.
To someone. Belong to someone.
Well, I wanna belong to somebody just like you. Someone I can tell my troubles to.
grainy press and all there. There you go, October 63 release there. For Jerry Butler, that's by request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. That's Need to Belong. And that one there is on the VJ record label, his 15th release for the VJ Records. And we pray for Jerry Butler. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show, let's fill a request for listener Jim Lampley, this old request that I luckily found. I'm telling you, those of you that if I tell you I have the record and I haven't found it yet, it's somewhere in the No Humidity basement, but I finally found it. This singer from Cleveland, Ohio, began singing in the late 1940s as Little Jimmy Scott, and he recorded on a number of different labels. I have quite a few of his releases on the Savoy label, but he also recorded for Sid Nathan's King Records out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He had 6 releases on the label, and Jim requested his 6th. This is from December 63. Let's give a listen to Jimmy Scott, and I think their gal's backing him up on this. Jimmy Scott on King for Jim in Texas. It's called Everybody Knew But Me.
I was just told of your other love. It's been a secret. I see that your love belonged to someone else. Everybody knew but me. Everybody knew but me. I thought there was just the 2 of us. All the while there were 3. Don't know how long it's been going on. Everybody knew but me. Everybody knew but me. How could you treat me so unfair when I've been so true to you? Love forever was ours to share. If your heart had only been true, guess I ought to be on my way. 'Cause that's the way it should be. You never wanted this love of mine. Everybody knew but me. Everybody knew but
That's a lost request that Johnny G found for Jim Lampley in Texas. The Jimmy Scott, I gotta say his final single from December 63, released in December 63 on King Records, Everybody Knew But Me. Yes, let us continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. This gal, a singer, songwriter, and publisher, first recording back in 1955 on the Marquee label as Myrna Fox. Her real name was Myrna March Rufa. And then she would record as Myrna March in 1960. She had 2 releases on the Warwick record label. Now, She would then move over to Roulette Records. She had 3 releases on the Roulette label, and Frank requested her third. This is actually a cover tune. This was first recorded by Chuck Jackson back in 1962 on the Juan label. This tune written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, and this is arranged by Steve Garrick. This is from September 63, going out to Frank Chingaro. Myrna March on Roulette Records. It's her rendition of the tune I Keep Forgetting.
I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't want me no more. I keep forgetting and I get all dressed up and I wait for the doorbell to ting-a-ling-a-ling. When you don't show it off, I wait for your call, but the telephone it just won't ring. When the cold bitter truth starts to ache like a tooth, I do the most convenient thing. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't want me no more. I keep forgetting about that heartbreaking night and those heartbreaking things that you said. I just pour me a drink and lay back and think about the happy time we had instead. Though I know in my heart that we drifted apart, I just can't get it through my head. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. Back and think about the happy times we had instead. Though I know in my heart that we've drifted apart, I just can't get it through my head. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. I keep forgetting you don't love me no more. No, 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 you don't love me no more. No, 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 you don't love me no more.
September 63 release there for Miss Myrna March. Myrna March on Morris Levy's Roulette record label. That's her third release, a cover of the Chuck Jackson tune, I Keep Forgetting. That's by request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. She would have later releases on Columbia Records, Cap Records, and Agape Records. Johnny G is your disc jockey for a Wednesday evening, playing all your soul 45s here. Hope you're digging on the tune. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's fill a request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. This singer is originally from Pensacola, Florida, but he relocated up to Detroit, Michigan, and it was unfortunate that he contracted polio at an early age, but it never stopped him from his desire to sing, and he would perform on crutches. Now, in 1959, he was the lead singer of the Velvetones that recorded for the Deb label in 1959, but then he signed with Columbia Records in 1962 when he went solo, had 3 releases on the Columbia label, and Warren requested his third, actually both sides of his third release. This one produced by Carl Davis, arranged by Ray Ellis. Let's go to July of 63 for Mr. Walter Jackson. Walter Jackson on Columbia, going out to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. It's called It Will Be the Last Time. This is Walter Jackson.
I've told you before to stop your running around, but your sweet loving clown. Your clown I will be. But if you leave me be, oh, don't come back. It will be the last time. I cried and I pleaded for you to stay with me, but you smiled and told me that you had somewhere else to be. So go on and run your errands. Don't waste time being gone. Oh, don't come back no more. It will be the last time. I'm tired of the games you're playing, of excuses you say and keep saying. Can't you understand that I'm just a man? I need a woman to love. But if you return, don't ring the bell, my dear. Just find somewhere to sleep, 'cause no one here will hear. But if you open the door, or read the note that's taped to the wall, it says goodbye, my love, for the last time. Oh, woman, it says goodbye, goodbye, my love, for the last time. You sound like you don't believe it, but I'm telling you one more. Yeah, say goodbye for my last time. Oh, it's all over. Say goodbye to me.
As going out to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room, that's the sound of Walter Jackson. Walter Jackson from July 63. It's on the Columbia record label. That's his third release. His third and final release on the Columbia label before he signed with OK Records. Song entitled It Will Be the Last Time. And Warren also requested the flip side of the 45. This is another great two-sided record, as a lot of them were in the 1960s. And this tune, written by Warren Joyner and Robert Harshman, a.k.a. Bobby Hart, and Joe Mariscalco. This is produced by Cal Davis, again arranged by Ray Ellis from July 63. We flip over It Will Be the Last Time. This is Walter Jackson going out to Warren. It's called Opportunity.
Delighted when she smiled at me from across the room, and I got excited when I smelled the fragrance of her perfume. Then my heart, it sang out like a thousand violins played, and I heard in my heart that I heard something saying, opportunity is knocking at your door. Take her by the hand. True love comes but once. If she smiles at me just one more time before they start the dance, it's getting late, and I can't wait. Oh, now I've got to take a chance. In my arms she felt good, like I knew that she would. And I wonder, could I care, would she care if I asked to take her home? Opportunity is knocking at your door. Take her by a starry night. Though the night was cold, when I held her close, our love was burning bright. Just to think that an hour ago we were only strangers. Now the beat of her heart tells me that we're strangers no more. Opportunity is knocking at your heart. Woman, take me by the hand. True love comes but once. Opportunity is knocking at your heart.
That's Walter Jackson there as the copyright police finally come out here. Will you guys leave me alone? They just popped out at the end there. I don't know what's why would they come out at the end of the song? They must have recognized something. Anyway, July 1963, Walter Jackson there. That is the flip side of It Will Be the Last Time by request for Warren Russell, requested the A and B side there, that his third release on Columbia Records, song entitled Opportunity. You know, on last Saturday's show, I didn't once see the copyright police come out at all, but again, they blocked my video in the United States. They blocked it. I played, Bill Olb requested Doris Day and the Mellow Mensch. This is a great rendition of a song called Again. So it was late. The show's been posting up pretty quickly. So I was downstairs. It was like 2:30 or 2 a.m. in the morning. So I saw this post. Fred Clemens posted on Facebook, Johnny, your show is blocked. He must have been watching it because he said he was scrolling through it. There's no chat yet, so he was scrolling through it, and then it just stopped. So what happened was I got the email and I'm looking at it because they tell me all the tracks. So it's like the Doris Day track. Of course, that song is not available on any U.S. LP. That was taken off of an LP out of Holland. And it is on a 78 or a 45. You can get the record. So anyway, I was like, what is this? So I look, and the only country it was banned in was the United States. So everybody else in the world could see the video. And it was funny because Indrajit was watching the video at the time. So I said, well, I cannot have the U.S. not see the show. So I hit the remove button, remove the song. So it's muted. And it's ridiculous, but if you go look, and this is how you can tell, for any kind of request you give me for a big hit, if you see that it's up on YouTube, other than like the Doris Day collection or something, or any artist, it'll be like if you have like Brian Korn posting it up there and it's up there and you see it, then I can play it. And you get to hear it, and see the label and whatnot. But if it's not there and you see like only these that looks like a professional kind of post, then it's going to cause me trouble. And I knew Doris Day from when I worked at Sony Music. She was like, I don't want my music on MP3s. I don't want them to be able to download them at all. They got to buy the CD. Okay, so it was an issue with her. So it was unfortunate because it was a good song, but you can hear it on YouTube. So I had to erase it. When it saves it over again, it gets rid of the chat. And that was a big chat on Saturday night. There were like requests and everything else in there. Sometimes Charlene misses the requests. So that's all gone. But it was funny because Indrajit was looking at the video, then all of a sudden the chat disappeared because he was able to see it there live because it was okay. But the crazy things with YouTube, and I'm beholden to them. So unfortunately, Reed thinks I'm going to have a problem with this record, but I checked it. I shouldn't. They may come out, but they shouldn't shut me down. They shouldn't, not for this record. And it's a request for listener oldies fan, aka Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. This singer from Evansville, Indiana. He signed with Don Roby's Backbeat record label out of Houston, Texas. He would have 16 releases on the Backbeat label, and Joe requested his 8th. Now, the problem could be that the song was written by Willie Nelson, so that is the trouble. And it was first done by Billy Walker back in 1961 on the Columbia label. But this was a hit for this singer by the name of Joe Hinton, and this song was recorded by other people too. So let's try it here. June 64, by request for oldies fan, aka Joseph Smith. This is Joe Hinton. Joe Hinton with a hit. It's charted number 13 on Billboard. This was number 1 on the R&B chart and number 1 on WVON in Chicago. One on the R&B chart and 1 on WVON in Chicago. This is Joe Hinton on Backbeat Records with a hit called Funny. Here we go.
Well, hello there. My, it's been a long, long time. How am I doing? You really want to know? Oh, I guess I'm doing fine. It's been so long now, but it seems like it was only yesterday. Ain't it funny? It's so funny how time can slip right on away. I want to ask you a question, is it all right? How's your new love? I wonder, can you truthfully say he's doing fine? You know, I heard something the other day. I heard you told him that you were gonna love him till the end of time. Well, that's the same thing that you told me. It seemed like just the other day. Ain't it funny? It's so funny how time can just slip right on away. I hate to leave you, baby, but I've gotta go now. Oh, I guess I'll see you somewhere around. But here's one thing you just can't tell. You don't know when though. You never can tell when Joe Hinton will come back in town. But here's what I want you to do. Oh, please remember what I told you, that in time, you're gonna pay. Ain't it funny? It's funny how time slips
There you go, by request for oldies fan, aka Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. That's June 1964 release there for Mr. Joe Hinton. Joe Hinton on the Backbeat label with a song entitled Funny. That's his 8th release on the Backbeat record label as the Copyright Police came out at the end of this song. And I bet you they'll be out on this one, Reed, too, as we fill a request for listener David Silberg. We go back to Detroit. This singer, mostly known for his writing contributions to Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown empire, and he collaborated with his brother Brian and Lamont Dozier on some of the biggest hits of the 1960s. He was also a producer, and he had a number of singles, first recording for the Mercury label back in 1958, then I think with 4 releases on United Artists, and then in 61 signed with Motown Records, had 10 releases, and David requested his 8th, a tune written and produced by Holland Dozier Holland. I'm talking about Eddie Holland. This charted number 75 on Billboard, number 71 on Cashbox, number 27 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WKNR if you were listening in Detroit or the Detroit, Dearborn, Michigan area. Let's go to December of 1963. Mr. Eddie Holland for David Silberg on the Motown label. The song is called Leaving Here. That's the sound of Motown here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, going out to David Silberg. Eddie Holland from December 63 on Motown Records. Leaving Here is the name of the tune. Johnny G ain't leaving yet unless the copyright police force me out, as they are back again, and I predict they will be with every record that is questionable, I will say. But let us continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Bill Olb in New Jersey. Now, when Tony Williams left the Platters in June of 1960, this group had to recruit a replacement, and the singer that they recruited previously sang lead with a group called the Metrotones that recorded for the Reserve record label, I think back in 1957, and his name was Sonny Turner, and he was on all those Music Core hits that they had in the mid-1960s, but he originally joined the group in in June of 1960, and Bill requested the first song that Sonny did lead on with the Platters, and He does lead on 13 of the Mercury releases. This one is from November of 61. This charted number 42 on WNDR in Syracuse, New York. So by request for Bill Obe, these are the Platters with Sonny Turner on lead from November 61. It's called Song for the Lonely. This is for Bill Obe.
Here is a song for the lonely. Ah, here is a song for the blue. Well, I know how it feels to be lonely. For once I was lonely like you. Here is a song for the loser. Ah, here is a song for the lost. Well, I know how it feels to be loser when you thought that your true love was false. Yes, I know.
Yes, I know.
To be comforted.
Yes, I know.
When you're lonesome.
Yes, I know.
And you're blue.
Yes, I know.
It's so hard to conceal.
I know.
I know just how
Yes,
it
I know.
feels. For once I was lonely like you. Here's a song, loser weeper. Here, maybe you'll feel better inside. Well, I know how it feels to have nightmares for dreams when your heart is too broken to cry. For once, loser weeper.
There you go. That's going out to Bill Obe in New Jersey. That's the sound of the Platters, but not with Tony Williams on lead. That is with Sonny Turner on lead, November 1961. That's the first release that Sonny Turner did lead on with the Platters. On the Mercury record banner, Song for the Lonely for Bill Obe. Bill will be my in-studio guest on October 17th, 2024. It's a Thursday afternoon show at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 to 5, for his third gospel special. So if you're interested in gospel music or you want to check it out, you can check out that show on the October 17th. Bill will be bringing his 45's and LPs that we'll be playing here from his gospel collection, and also from Gordy Freeman's collection. So Gordy Freeman, also a big gospel fan. So I forgot to mention that before, that Bill will be bringing 45's and LPs from both collections here to the Johnny G studios on October 17th. Let us continue here. Now, earlier in the show, you heard from the Magnificent Men with David Bupp on lead. We played both sides of their first Capitol single. Well, prior to becoming the lead of the Magnificent Men, he was a lead singer of this group from York, Pennsylvania called the Del Chords. Spelled C-O-R-D-S, Charlene, on this. They spelled it differently on the Mr. Genius label. But, and actually, I think I played the flip side of this. I think it was Frank Gingaro requested the flip of this 45 on June 19th of 2024. Everybody's Gotta Lose Somebody. But we're going to hear the flip side of that. This is on Fran Williamson's Impala label, which was out of Philadelphia. And then it would get picked up, I think, on Mr. Genius was the second label. The tune written by the lead singer of the group, Dave Butt, and who later joined, as I mentioned, the lead singer of the Magnificent Men. Let's go to August of '64. The Dell chords on Impala. It's called Your Mommy Lied to Your Daddy. The Dell chords.
About our mommy who left us in the cold. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. She hurt the one that you love. He said, now son, listen to me. This is the way it used to be. She had a love so very pure. Then she took ours and she walked out the door. Your mommy lied to your daddy. You know that she lied. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. You know that she lied. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. You know that she lied. Oh yes she did. She hurt the one that you love. This is a story that's got to be told about a woman who left us in the cold. She had a love that was so very pure. Then she took our love and she skipped out the door. She hurt me, she hurt me, daddy. Oh yes she did too. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. She hurt the one that you love. This is a story that's got to be told about a woman who left us in the cold. She had a love so very pure. Then she took our love and she skipped out the door. Well, your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. Your mommy lied to your daddy. Oh yes she did. She hurt the one that you love. Oh, she hurt the one that you love. She hurt me. The one that you love. You know she hurt you too. The one that you love.
August '64 release there for the Dell chords. The Dell chords on the first label, Impala Records. Your Mommy Lied to Your Daddy, and that would get re-released on Mr. Genius Records, and that featured Dave Bupp, the lead singer, also the lead singer of the Magnificents. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams, this group from Plainfield, New Jersey. First recording for the Flip label, not the West Coast Flip label, FLIPP. And then in 1966, they would sign with Golden World Records. And recorded for a couple of Detroit labels, in 66 for Golden World, then in 67 for Don Davis's Revelot label. And they were named after a brand of cigarettes. How many of you out there were smokers that smoked Parliaments? I did not smoke. My aunt smoked Cools, and my Uncle Rocco, he smoked Marlboros, and so did my Uncle Philip too, by the way. But and my Uncle Philip never stopped, but unfortunately, emphysema was his end. But Mary did stop, and so did my Uncle Rocco. They stopped smoking. They did. But anyway, this group was known as the Parliaments. They had 6 releases on the Revelot record label. Now, Edmund requested their first, which was their biggest hit, and actually requested both sides. Now, I prefer the B-side of this record. We're going to hear the B-side, but this is the A-side. A-side, co-written by the lead singer. His name was George Clinton. Now, this charted number 20 on Billboard, 3 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WKNR if you were listening in the Detroit, Dearborn, Michigan area. Now, this is from April of 1967, going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. The Parliaments on Rev-A-Lot. It's called, in parentheses, I Wanna Testify, for Edmund. Whoops. April 1967 release there for the Parliaments. The Parliaments, their first of 6 on Rev-A-Lot Records. That's the A-side. I Wanna Testify is the name of the tune. That's George Clinton on lead. Let's flip the 45 over because I like the B-side of this record better than the A-side, as it was also requested by listener Edmund. Not Amnot. So there we go. We flipped it over here. So let's flip over I Wanna Testify from April 1967. This is George Clinton. He wrote this tune. You know, he would be later known as the godfather of funk. Yes, he was. But this is from April of 67, the flip side of their first release on the Rev-A-Lot label. It's a B-side. It's called I Can Feel the Ice Melting. The Parliaments for Edmund.
You are so distant, oh, you're so all alone. reputation for being cold. But lately when I look at you, I see a trace of a smile. Ooh, I know that I see a spark of interest for me in your eyes. And I'm not really worried 'cause I can feel the ice melting in your heart. I can almost hear it drip, drip. But I can feel the ice melting in your heart. I can almost hear it drip, drip. But you always keep your feelings to yourself. You never share a moment with no one else. Oh, but now it's like electricity every time our eyes meet. Your resistance is weakening, and pretty soon you will be my sweet baby. 'Cause I can feel the ice melting in your heart. I can almost hear it drip, drip. I can feel the ice melting in your heart. I can almost hear it drip, drip. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Your disguise is transparent, and baby, I can see right through you. Ooh, I know that you care for me, and lover, I care for you. So baby, stop pretending, 'cause I can feel the ice melting in your heart. I can almost hear it drip, drip. I can feel the ice.
That's cool B-sides here. I like that side there. Those are the Parliaments. That's the B-side to their first release on the Revelot record label, first of 6. I Can Feel the Ice Melting. Cool lyrics, too, there. That's by request for Edmund Williams, April 67. That's a George Clinton on lead. That is the B-side to I Wanna Testify. Johnny G wants to testify that I'm playing my original vinyl 45s. I hope you're liking what you're hearing. If you are, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's the first show of the week. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 to 5. No, 2 to 4:30, maybe 5. I hope not. For I'm starting with 1945. And I got like 2 records for each year. One in 45 and then 2 for each year after. And then later on, I think 54, I have some more. And then I got 3 and 4 in the other years. I'm closing with 1958, though. I am on the N label. No, not the N label. I think on Jamie Records by the Sharps. I think that's my closer. But anyway, cool tunes here. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And if the show for some reason gets blocked because the copyright police are on Johnny G's hide, you can go to vinyltreasures.net, but I'll post it on my YouTube page, so you'll see it in I think it's called the community section. I think it's called community on my YouTube website. But anyway, you need to subscribe and tell your friends about the show, and then I'll be back Saturday night with all your requests from the 50s and 1960s. Well, let us continue here. Let's go back to Detroit now. Well, actually, we were in Detroit, but another sound of Motown here for the copyright police to try to catch Johnny G again. But this gal signed with Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown label in 1960. You know, her debut single was a song called Bye Bye Baby, but she went on to have 13 releases for the Motown label before she left in 1964, which probably turned out not to be a good idea for her. But anyway, let's give a listen to her 5th release for the Motown label, and we're going to follow it up with a request for Adrian, but I've decided to play this one first. It's actually a B-side to her 5th release. The A-side was called You Beat Me to the Punch, which was a big, big hit for her. But this is the B-side, tune written by Holland Dozier Holland, produced by Brian Holland, and the Love Tones are backing her up on this. From July 62, let's give a listen to Mary Wells on MOTOWN Records. It's called Old Love, parentheses, Let's Try It Again. Mary Wells. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, Mary Wells. Mary Wells and the what did I say? The Love Notes? Yes. I'm sorry, the Love Tones. The Love Tones backing her up on that. July 1962 release on Berry Gordy Jr.'s MOTOWN label, Old Love, parentheses, Let's Try Again. Well, they've got a twin spin now with Miss Mary Wells, and this one requested by Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. That was her, what did I say, her 5th release. This is her 7th release. This tune written and produced by Smokey Robinson. This charted number 15 on Billboard, 6 on the R&B chart, number 3 on WEEL. If you were listening in Washington, D.C., the copyright police will remain out, as they did on that song. It's from January 63, a twin spin for Mary Wells, this time for Adrian. It's called Laughing Boy for Adrian.
Your new love
As by request for Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. We'll also send it out to Reed King in Oregon. The Sound of Mary Wells, a twin spin there. January 63 release. Laughing Boy is the name of the tune. Nobody laughing here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Playing some hits here. Johnny G really pushing it. Going to be pushing it more with the next two records, but I checked these and they seem to be okay. They are out again. They went away with this Mary Wells record, but then they came back. But let's fill a request for Andy Cheedy. And we go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for this group. They originally formed back in 1957, but they really didn't record. They were just singing together until 1967. They signed with Bill Shepard's Bunky Records out of Chicago. And Andy requested their first of 5 on the Bunky label. Now, this group included Alvis Moorer, Sam Pace, Sean Taylor, Millard Edwards, and lead singer Gilbert Moorer. Collectively, they were known as the Esquires, and this charted number 11. I'm pushing this now tonight. Charted number 11 on the Billboard charts. The Billboard charts. Number 3 on the R&B chart. And number 1 on WJLB in Detroit. From August 1967, let's give a listen to the Esquires. The Esquires going out to Andy Cheedy. It's on Bunky Records. It's their hit. We're going to hear the flip side too, which is good. And this is good too. It's called Get On Up. The Esquires for Andy Cheedy. There you go, filling a request for Andy Cheedy. He said, I think he told me he was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There, they don't make fun records like this anymore. They really don't. I mean, this music is great. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the 50s stuff, but I could listen to the 60s stuff all day, too. Those are the Esquires there. That's Gilbert Moorer on lead, August 1967. Their first release on the Bunky label, Get On Up, is the name of the tune. Andy also requested the flip side here, which is actually good, too. So let's flip it over here. And I I know it. I tested it. I not that I've played it often, but I haven't played a lot of my 60s records in a long, long time. And this I had to dig in my boxes for. But anyway, let's flip it over here. This tune written by the lead singer of the group, Gilbert Moorer, and also member Sean Taylor. And this is from August 67. This is the flip side of Get On Up. It's called Listen to Me on the Bunky label, going out to Andy Cheedy, the Esquires.
I know you feel that you own your own. All your lucky stars. Room on roommate, begging for a second chance. Baby, listen to me. Sugar dummy, listen to me. You better listen to me. Yeah. Sugar dummy. Now you think that you have sorrow, but for me there's no tomorrow. Since I want love, I've got to earn it. It didn't take long for me to learn it, darling. Listen to me, come on and listen to me. Do it, girl. Listen to me, yeah. Listen, sugar darling. True love is no match that starts the fire. And when there is fire, there is smoke. Now since my heart is filled with such desire, gotta have you, girl, and that's no joke. Darling, listen to me. You better listen to me. Get it. Listen to me. Whoa. Listen, sugar darling. True love is a game of give and take. I realize I made a big mistake. You have been the best part of my life. This mistake I won't make twice. Baby, listen to me. Come on and listen to me. Do it. Listen to me. Listen, sugar darling. True love is no match to start the fire. And when there is fire, there is smoke. Now since my heart is filled with such desire, gotta have you, darling, that's no joke. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Come on and listen, sugar darling. Do it. Listen to me. Sugar darling. Listen to me. You better listen to me. Listen, sugar darling. Listen to me.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. See, the Copyright Police were not out at all on the Get On Up until the end. And then they went away, and then they, again, were till the end of this record, they came out again. So I don't know what they're looking at. Maybe they can't identify it yet with the artificial intelligence, but they are updating it constantly, weekly they are. I hope they fix it right, because it's ridiculous, I have to say. But anyway, there you go. Great two-sided 45 going out to Andy Cheedy. The Esquires there. We just heard Listen to Me. It's the B-side to Get On Up, their first release on the Bunky record label. Let's go to this next singer from Prattsville, Alabama. Began recording back in 1961 as a member of the Falcons. That recorded for Robert West's Lupine record label. His first solo release came out on the Correctone label in April of '62. He followed it up with releases on Cub in June of '62, which I think was the same record on Correctone, and then 3 on Lloyd Price's Double L label. Then in 1964, he would sign with Atlantic Records. He had 32 releases on the Atlantic label through the year 1972. Let's give a listen to his 5th release, a tune written by Steve Cropper and Eddie Floyd, produced by Jim Stewart, Steve Cropper, and the background vocals on this are Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. This charted number 13 on Billboard, number 1 on the R&B chart, and number 1 on KYOK in Houston, Texas from June '66. Let's give a listen to the wicked Wilson Pickett. Wilson Pickett on Atlantic Records. It's a phone number. It's called 634 5789 parentheses Soulsville, USA. William Pickett. Hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Sound is so good, too, on that 45, I have to say. That's Wilson Pickett being backed up by Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, January 66 release. 6345789. Anybody ever died? What's the area code, though? I can give you an area code. That's Soulsville, USA. Wilson Pickett on the Atlantic record label. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And you all know, those of you that listen to my Saturday night show, where I play 1950s and early 60s kind of vocal group harmony stuff, you know this group. Earl Lewis and the Channels, and here they are in 1971, and Earl Lewis was singing. I think he has since retired, and he was singing in the 1970s. I remember buying a record I used to hear on the Gloria. They covered the Cadillacs tune Gloria on the Channel label. That was like 1971. Well, this is from 1971 on a Tony LaValle's Rare Bird record label out of New York City. And this was released in 1961. Now, the song written by Neil Sedaka and Howie Green and his writing partner, Howie Greenfield. He had a big hit, in 1962 for RCA with this song. Well, let's give a listen to this version as done by Earl Lewis and the Channels. Touch of the 70s here. It's a little bit off center. I just hope it doesn't sound too bad. I was trying to line it up, but the center hole didn't fit on the dumb adapter there. But let's see here. Let me check it. Let me just check it out one more time here. I mean, I wish. Let me see. You see, what you got to do here is on the big part. Put in a little bit there. Let's see if that even helps it. Just that's just a little bit. So let's see how this goes here. All right, here we go. It's a good song too, but it's much slower. Let's give a listen to Earl Lewis and the Channels, Touch of the 70s here, 1971, doing the Neil Sedaka tune, Breaking Up is Hard to Do.
Breaking up is so hard to do. Remember when I held you tight and we kissed all night. Oh, come on, baby, let's make things right. 'Cause breaking up is so hard to do. Say that breaking up is so hard to do. Well, now I know that it's true. Don't say this is the end. Instead of breaking up, I wish that we were making up again. We were making up again. Breaking up is so hard to do. Breaking up is so hard. My baby. Breaking up. Oh, don't leave me, baby. Breaking up is so hard. Breaking up is so
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I could have got that a little better. It's not, it's not on the thing there. It's slightly up, but you got to play around with it is what you have to do. And I only have 2 minutes to do it, not even 2 minutes to do it, but unfortunate there. Sound Touch of the 70s here on the All 60s edition. That's Earl Lewis and the Channels version of the Neil Sedaka tune, Breaking Up is Hard to Do. It's on Rare Bird Records, 1971 release. Let us continue. Here we are in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. I got a record I have to play for a record hound in our YouTube chat room, and we're going to get to that toward the end of the program here, which is going to be soon here. But let's go to this next artist, born Leonard Victor Ainsworth on July 26th of 1942 in Brookshire, Texas. Had two major hits on the Charger label. His first was called The In Crowd, which came out in sometime in 1965. And in 1973, he had a song called Drift Away, a 45 that I purchased, on Decca Records back in 1973. But let's give a listen to his fifth release on the Charger record label. This charted number 12 on WJMO in Cleveland, Ohio. And it's not an expensive 45 at all, but it's a great dancing tune. and I think the Northern soul collectors like this record. Let's go to May of '66. Give a listen to Dobie Gray. Dobie Gray on the Charger label. The song is called Out on the Floor. Dobie Gray.
Chicks are out of sight and I'm approving, yeah. The crowd is in tonight, begging for more, while I'm getting my kicks out on the floor. Out on the floor tonight, I feel like singing. The beat is light and bright, guitars are ringing. I'm really on tonight and everything's swinging. Oh, the room is packed up tight, lined at the door. Yeah, yeah. So I'm getting my kicks out on the floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, it's out of sight when I'm out on the floor. It makes me feel like a king. Everybody here, don't you know what I mean? Yeah. It makes me wanna move. It makes me feel that groove. And watch me twist and shout. Say I'm working on out. When I feel that beat, I gotta move my feet. Out on the floor tonight, I feel like singing. Yeah, baby. The beat is hot and bright, guitars are ringing. The chicks are out of sight and everything's swinging. Yeah, the room is packed up tight, lined at the door. Oh, yeah. So I'm getting my kicks out on the floor. Some more. I know you feel like me. Down in your feet.
That's definitely a cool dancing tune. They danced to that over in the UK back in the early to mid 1970s. I'm sure that Mark Knowles, he's remembering back then dancing to that tune. May 1966, Dobie Gray on the Charger label. Out on the Floor is the name of the tune. Johnny G tries to get everybody out on the floor, but we got a lady's choice up next with this next song. This is actually this gal, originally from St. Louis, Missouri, first recording for the local Bobbin label back in 1962. She would sign with Checker Records in 1965. Her first two singles were duets with singer Bobby McClure, but this is her first solo release on the Checker label, which David Silberg requested, actually the flip side of her biggest hit, a song called Rescue Me. This tune written and arranged by Oliver Sane, who I think brought her to the Checker label or was a producer or her manager. But this is produced by Billy Davis. This did chart in St. Louis. This was a #1 record on KATZ in St. Louis, Missouri. For this side, Charlene, or for the other side? I would hope this side. But it's from August 65. This is the flip side of Rescue Me by request for listener David Silberg of our YouTube chat room. Miss Fontella Bass. Fontella Bass on Checker Records. It's called Soul of a Man. This is for David Silberg.
something too deep for anyone else to see. And the whole world wants to know why I love him so, but I'm afraid they just wouldn't understand. My love for a man is something I can't explain, and every tear I shed, I know it's wasted in vain. But there's something I can't reveal that I so deeply feel. Oh, it must be, it's gotta be the soul of a man. I cried and I cried till I just can't cry no more. I know the man don't love me, but he won't let me go. He controls my heart, my mind and my soul, and he's got the power to make me stay, yeah, yeah, when I really wanna go. The soul of a man turns my mind around, takes my helpless heart and turn it upside down. And the whole world wants to know why I love him so. Oh, it must be, oh, it must be the soul of a man.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, Fontella Bass. Fontella Bass from August 1965, by request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. That's the flip side of Rescue Me, song entitled Soul of the Man. That one there on the Checker record label. Let's do, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this next singer used to be the lead singer of the Midnighters, although I don't know when he just went solo, but he had releases both as Hank Ballard and also as Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. And then in his early days, just sang with the Midnighters, and he sang lead on some great tunes. But he wasn't an original member of the group, but he joined a little later in their existence. But this is on Sid Nathan's King record label. This tune written by Rudy Clark, produced by Steve Vanette. Let's go to August of 1965 for Hank Ballard. Hank Ballard on King Records, and it's called Do It Zulu Style.
Where the real souls at?
you go, August 65. That's Hank Ballard, not with the Midnighters, just a solo effort, although some gals singing behind him there. The Hank Ballard on King Records, his 42nd release, 42nd of 55. I don't know if that's right, I didn't check it, but it's called Do It Zulu Style as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. This singer, born in Jackson, Mississippi, then relocating to Chicago, Illinois, where he began singing gospel. He would have his first secular release in 1959, recorded for the Boxer label. He then would sign with George Leaner's Wonderful label in 1962. He had 9 releases on the Wonderful label, and Adrian requested his second. This charted on the Billboard Bubbling Under chart at number 115, was number 5 on the R&B chart, and I'm sorry, number 8 on the R&B chart, number 5 on KDIA in Oakland, California. Let's go to January of 62. This is for Adrian Viterbo, McKinley Mitchell. McKinley Mitchell on the Wonderful label. It's called The Town I Live In.
It's so lonely till I have to cry. I told my mother, father too. I told them just what I was gonna do. If I live one more year, I'm packing my bag, getting away from here. The town I live in is so lonely till I have to cry. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that I cry. I want my baby. If you see her, tell her to come on home. Tell her that I love her. Tell her that I was wrong. Tell her to come on home. Don't make me dream alone. I want my baby. I wanna know. Whoa, whoa. I wanna know. Have you seen my baby? If you see her, tell her that I love her. Tell her to come on home. It's no one in my town but me now.
As going out to Adrian Viterbo there, the sound of McKinley Mitchell. McKinley Mitchell on the Wonderful record label as second release on Wonderful from January 62, The Town I Live In. 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the All 60s edition. Let's fill a request for listener Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. Now, he wants to send this song out to all the ladies in the chat room, and also to Lenny G, who likes to maybe dance a certain dance. But this singer from Hartford, Connecticut, first recording for the Decca label, and in a duet as Jamie and Jane. Then in 1959, he had his first solo release under the name Billy Bryan for the Blaze record label. In 1960, he signed with Musicor. And many of his releases for Musicor were a big production sounds. Now, Darren requested his sixth, actually the B-side to his sixth release, sixth of 36 releases on the Musicor record label. Now, the A-side of this was a big national smash for him, a big #2 record called Only Love Can Break a Heart. But this is the flip side, written by Bert Burns and Phil Medley, arranged by Chuck Sagal. Now, this did chart also. This charted number 58 on Billboard, and this was a #1 record on KDWB in the Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota area from August 62 by request for Record Hound Darren in our YouTube chat room. This is Gene Pitney on the Musicor label. This tune is called If I Didn't Have a Dime, parentheses, to Play the Jukebox, for Darren.
If I didn't have a dime and I didn't take the time to play the jukebox, oh, Saturday night would have been a sad and lonely night for me. And if you weren't standing there, ruby lips and golden hair beside the jukebox, oh, I'd have lost my chance to hold you while you danced with me. While the record's turning and turning, we dance and learn our hearts had yearned for this. 'Neath the moon we walk and talk of love, and then we kiss. Now with every sweet caress, my darling, how I bless that little jukebox. Oh, love songs that they sing wouldn't mean a single thing, even though you're standing there, ruby lips and golden hair. If I didn't have a dime and I didn't take the time to play the jukebox. With every sweet caress, my darling, how I bless that little jukebox. Whoa, love songs that they sing wouldn't mean a single thing, even though you're standing there, ruby lips and golden hair. If I didn't have a dime and I didn't take the time to play the jukebox.
There you go. That's going out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. That's August 62. That's a B-side there for Gene Pitney. That's the B-side to Only Love Can Break a Heart, a song entitled If I Didn't Have a Dime to Play the Jukebox. I don't think that they cost a dime anymore. Are they at least a quarter, if not more, to play the jukebox? I don't know. Well, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you need to get in touch with me, send me a request The email is vinyltreasures@aol.com. It's been a crazy week so far. I still got a lot of things I have to do, and I hope I can. I got to go to a wake on Saturday. Well, it's actually at 10:30. It shouldn't be that long, but I have to go to see the poor guy that just dropped dead. He used to sell me records, a local too, but I shouldn't be that long. But I gotta get records out for the Saturday night show. But I'll be here tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 to about 4:30, maybe a little longer than that, for late 40s and into the 1950s, 78s from my collection. Got some cool records I've never played before. So, and some great group stuff. So if you're into that R&B stuff with group harmony and early R&B stuff, tune into that program. That'll be back Saturday night. It would be the third show of the week. But thank you all for being here. Was happy to play your requests. And again, if I have the records, sometimes it takes me a little while to find them. I will feature them here on the program. And again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Charlene, again, for all your help. Charlene helped me quite a bit for this show today. Thank you, Charlene. And again, if the show doesn't post, okay, check the community tab there. I'll post the link. I'll put it up. I'll post it right away so you can listen to it at least. But it's not the same when you can see the visual. But anyway, our closer tonight is from this artist originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. His real name was James Avery Witter Sr. And in 1956, he released his first single on the Elvis label as Jimmy Witter and the Shadows. I have that record, I think. I know Brian had that record. And in early 1960, he began working in radio, first under his own name, then changing it to Ron Hart. And that was also the time that he decided to go back recording. So this is a release from September of 63. It's on the Columbia label. It's by this artist, Ron Hart. The song is called The Ghost of Gary, kind of like I don't even think we consider this a Halloween tune. But anyway, that's it, folks. I got to go. I got to get ready for the show tomorrow afternoon. Thank you all for being here. And again, I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Ron Hart.
My love and I were to marry. We were happy as we could be. But then she got a phone call from Gary, and now she's acting mighty different to me. I don't wanna be haunted by the ghost of your love for Gary. If you're still thinking about him, darling, won't you set me free? I don't wanna be haunted by the ghost of your love for Gary. If you're still thinking about him, darling, won't you forget about me? Well, now everything between us was going so fine till you were burned by your old flame. Oh, but now a little diamond must have lost its shine, because you sure ain't acting the same.